Okay. Thank y'all for watching here on YouTube Live at Blooming Life at Blooming Tribe. It is Wednesday, September the 10th, 2025, and it is approximately 10:29 p.m. time, U.S. Southern Texas. And this is a collective message slash reading pertaining to these. There's a karmic couple or a karmic partnership. I'm not all too clear on the if they're lovers or if they're just partners and friends. They might very well be lovers, but it's an African American male and it is a Caucasian female, possibly. She has dark hair, okay? Possibly, okay? And the female is, where is everything? The female is connected to Honorable Feminine's ex. Now she could very well be connected to both, but she's definitely connected to maybe one of Honorable Feminine's exes most recent, like in the last couple of years. Okay. Um, and this is a little bit convoluted because there's connections to with this woman. There's also connections to the Honorable Feminine's siblings. Okay. And I know it's odd, it's a little bit all dirty and convoluted. Okay. But some of them are connected to the Honorable Feminine siblings. Some of these people, for some of you, you could have worked with these people in the past. Yeah. Okay. And they teamed up, with others to basically plot against you. The male, who's the male connected to? Oh, the male could have been connected to um, the family of the masculine, or it could have been her ex, something like that. There's a lot of mixed energies here. It's a possibility that they have a whole like sex ring, or they do this painful shit, on sex rituals and investing in that type of stuff, siphoning. Because I was like, why were they astral projecting to my son or me? It's like, what's that part is like, it's weird to me. I'm like, what the fuck? But I see it now. These are people that it's mixed. It don't make no sense. This stuff being branched out from other areas is crazy. Names that came out, initials that came out, because I did a little bit of a layer so I can understand what the hell, like, what's the fuck wrong with these motherfuckers? Like, what are you here for? What are you here for? Is this gonna be bad? So they've been attacking my son. These are energies that have been a part of possibly the investment on doing banquet workings on him. Okay. Um, and it's nasty. And I really can't wait until like all of this just this is the sickest shit I've ever heard of in my entire fucking life. This is some of the sickest shit I've ever heard of. And I've been seeing some shit, you know what I'm saying? But to me, this is some of the sickest shit I didn't heard of. That what people were willing to do so they can have shit in life. These could be people who either, like I said, they don't want nothing legit. They don't want to really work. Maybe you're simply sacrifice your son or daughter to these people. You know what I'm saying? Or your mother, or both. Okay, but these whoever this they've been mind controlling him. They've been, so it's like, I think they have some kind of thing that's into with what the people, you know what I'm saying, are disabled. I really do. Because who in their right mind, who in their healthy, normal, and sound mind, would, even if you're a fucked up person, even if you are into like medical magic and you know this is your this is what you do, it seemed like there would be a level of ethics. And we ain't gonna be doing shit on kids and disabled motherfuckers and you know, we gonna have some fucking sense of decorum, bitch. You know what I'm saying about our asses. But no, they don't care. I've even heard them before, you know, 'cause sometimes I can pick up collective, I can pick up, I can see and hear, I can sense and feel, and I can see shadows, and sometimes I can hear and I can hear it's weird. So one time I heard one of them say, or they were having a conversation amongst them or their group, and they were saying, well, he speaking of my son, well, he has a mother. And see, when I heard that, I'm like, yeah, I'm the thorn in your flesh, huh? I'm the thorn in your flesh. The other day, I heard one of them say something about, um, yeah, she keeps putting phones, headphones or headset on. I'm like, I'm a thorn in your flesh, huh? I'm a thorn in your flesh. So these are people, they, you know, this is what they've been doing. It's easy. It's easy. Around and trying to think of the and it's because, again, most of the sick and the disabled, they're not out fucking everybody in the Americas. I'm just going to tell you all kind of why these sickos are willing to do this shit, you know, from an energetic standpoint, okay? From an energetic standpoint. They do that because these people be virgins a lot, because, you know, they're disabled, they be virgins. Their sacral chakra, their sacral energy is clean. It's not convoluted physically because, like I said, they've been fucking everybody all over the globe. Okay, and they have not dirtied their energy in the sense that most of them ain't never done a lick of drugs, alcohol, you know, all of the things that are otherwise go out there and live life and do everything is great, but it also kind of dirties up energetically because you start convoluting yourself with all various different things. So, and if there happens to be like Earth Angel Starseed, it's like their energy source is gold. So, what they've been doing to my son, as well as many of the collectives that may have differently able son, is they have been doing sex rituals on the disabled people. They have been astral channeling to them. They have been mind controlling them because they, again, they have been using even, they tell them to say things and tell them to say things and tell them to do things. And my son revealed to me that some of the things that we experience when I sit with him, like they tell him to what to say to me. Already that they have been, you know, with my relatives, my sibling and mother, been doing rituals with him in that way. Both their coven and yeah, sacrificed him to this cult. They offer these okay stuff. And these well, like I said, they're connected to feminine exes. Some of them could have worked with the feminines before. Some of them are jealous. They're trolling The woman is a narcissistic bitch. Okay, they're trauma bonded, whether this is a love thing or just partnership. So it's the guy and the girl. They're trauma bonded together. She's a narcissist, and recently they have recently lost some stuff, taken some losses financially and materialistically. They could be blaming the feminine. I don't know why yet. Who lost their job. That's why I said this or something like that. But they're suffering some losses right now, and they're trolling. They were always on the trolls to come and get make sure you're a part of trying to make sure that she don't reconnect with a different masculine or something like that. Because the masculine that this woman dated, that's the same possible as feminine is somewhere human. After this particular exit with them, maybe they broke their heart. You know what I'm saying? So it's very weird. It's strange. But they are definitely trolling you, honorable feminine. They've been trolling you. They were a part of making sure that you don't connect with a particular masculine, that you don't go on a new beginning. Masculine that's of your ex, and it was they were with the chick, and I'm not here. Which lets me know my way of behaving like this belongs to me, even if they're not telling no one else to do, that they're doing. Okay. But this is what they do as a business. This is how they do love. This is something that maybe is a secret thing that they, a lot of people do. They abuse these people, these populations. Don't nobody care about them. I'm just gonna put this out here because it's the truth, whether people want to hear it or not. They know that most people just toss these people aside like nothing, like they don't matter. They know that most people are just going to dismiss anything, even if they could explain, even if they fucking could, that ain't nobody going to hear. They're going to dismiss it as, oh, they're disabled. They're crazy. It's the same thing they do with feminine. You see what I'm saying? So they know the world ain't paying attention. The world don't care. They know that since these people are typically isolated people, or they typically are the types that stay to themselves, again, easy peasy. They're not using, some of them may even reason that they're not using their sacral chakra or sexual energy. So why not send a trashy ass incubus and succubus? You know, I am sorry, let me pull this up. So why not send, oops. So why not send entity, or why not ask these people, vulnerable beings, and for emotional all this couple may also be connected to people back from Nevada as well, other than your relatives. So I had some names that came up pertaining to practitioners that you ran across while you were in a different state that possibly was connected once again or got connected to your relatives. Weird, huh? And all of these people have been trolling you. That's the fuck, the sicky weird shit about all of this. Is all of these motherfuckers controlling you, stalking, stealing from you, projecting onto you. Okay? So like I said, this thing is stretched broad. Nevada, Texas, practitioners in Nevada, people from there, as well as Texas, if that's where you are, Nevada and Texas, or otherwise there's two different states. Okay? Yes, sir. Some are maybe connected to you because this is like a social media thing. So some of this shit is even linked to like weird shit. Think about you just living your life, right? So, but if your children went through major shit, it was because of all these motherfuckers, including your relatives, doing sick and weirdo shit. They would swear on a stack of Bibles that they're not into. Sick. I hope these people fry alive. They scared too. I did get layers of like what the fuck they want, why the fuck they here, why they keep, and they are worried about this dark shit coming out. All of these investments, they're worried about. Yeah, the secrets, High Priestess reverse, Seven Pentacles reverse. There was a few things that came out. The devil, the emperor, Ace of Wands, which got into that addiction stuff. So these people have sex addictions or they're addicted to doing sex rituals for harvesting energy to create an manifest. But only people who are in that arena, this will sound like a bunch of gibberish to people who, you see what I'm saying? So this is for those of y'all out there who understand, and I have to put it out there that this is what they've been doing. This is why they kind of been wanting me out the way so damn bad because they felt like if they can kill me, if they can kill me, if they can get me in prison, if they can something, something, then they can get easier, pull the water out of the water. Because they're already evaluating like he has a money, he has a money, he puts the head set on. I show the book, I show the book, I'm energetically. She probably is one of the bitches that came to my son's nose back in fucking 60s. Let me find out. But then I got a picture. I got her. Let me find out. Let me find out. Okay. Now, feminine, this is what you're guiding, because I know some of you are like, okay, like this, you're working diligently on your energy and frequency. What you're trying to help your children. That's a good parent, evil word to the wise out there in the universe. It's easy to throw your kids away like that. That's his population. That's what the fuck people do. That's what they do. They put them at the board of the state, dope them up. They just sit there and basically serve as a fucking battery to some degenerate who did. That's nasty as hell. You fucking study. Let them sit there and die. Nobody cares. It'll look like just a tragedy. It'll look like, again, they're disabled. And you know what this is for some of them? Let me tell you. As I got into it, this is a private one. This is not something I do on camera. So this is what I came back to share it for those of you who might be bored. Like I said, these motherfuckers don't want to do nothing legitimately themselves. They want shortcuts. They want fast and easy. You know, this is also they have a fucking car. Are you kidding me? Man, I'm done. I'm so fucking done. I'm done. Listen, I'm done. When I realized, like, through the reading, like, for some of these people, this is that stupid. Like, they're willing to do that shit because they have a car. They want a nice car, but don't want to have to work. Or, I'm trying to change the verbiage nowadays, but you know what I'm saying? Don't want it to be an honest, something that they are doing legitimately, honestly, and it will level of integrity, decency and integrity and, that kind of shit. They don't want to do that. They want these fast deals with these gangs that's, plaguing America. See, some of the stuff that they were doing to my son was to also make me, like I was incapable of taking care of him. He didn't think I was going to ever pick that up either. It's the old trick. Held on somebody. Then when there's issues manifested, and turn around and act as if it's something wrong with the people themselves. Yes, I am going to make them pay. And we're being good to simply provide to like what's my own personal inner, like my approach. Since I'm learning so much about how they feed, how these energies feed, I'm learning about like frequency, vibration, resonance, and like the parasitical nature, because it's parasitical. It is. They may not even realize, but the more you engage, it's still a feed. You're dealing with big energetic vampires, which is what these people are. They're energy vampires. Because of that, who has that as a fucking practice? Shit. The fuck? How is that? Anyway, so the more we engage, just like all the others, right? Collective, how they, every day they're trying to trigger you. We know very hard on trying to master ourselves. We have we have we know that at the end of the day, and it's energy that it doesn't matter what kind. As long as we're enamored or caught up or engrossed in that, then it's a feat. As we are, exchanging and arguing or going off or whatever, it's invisible, but there's an energetic core. See it? So for us, it may very well be because I picked up the guidance. For us, the frequencies are a part of the boundaries as we just continue with it to pick up the consistency, to build it up until we can be able, see what I'm saying, in terms of our children, where they're being guided, kind of keep more and more resistance. It's going to clear the resonance as these contracts, these cords, these hooks, the traumas, all of these things, which is already posing to be a problem for them because I'm already starting to hear them say shit. So because I've started doing this conversation, that's probably why they bringing these scallywaggy ass. Ability. Okay, I have hostility going into the reverse. That's to let me know that I'm not to engage. I actually heard don't even engage any further because they're equally addicted to my energy. Otherwise, why are they one of my trolls? Otherwise, why do they keep trying to get my attention? Well, I was told, don't engage further. Clarity. It says planning, clarity, planning, clearing illusion. So with this stuff that they're bringing here with the five sharks, but you can see this picture, sharks like a motherfucker. Eagle bird's eye, eagle view, and then she's got precognition. And they're going to have some terrible times for the terrible times that they have been involved with. Okay, it says idyllic times, the garden paradise in reverse. So basically, it's like they're trying to fuck with me. They're trying to fuck with me because I'm in this transformation process that needs to fight become something new and divine feminine natural part of honorable feminine. And it says receptive power. So, in other words, it's like continue these things, okay, and share the clarity, set the boundaries, and stay optimistic, okay. Now, me sharing, I think, is because there's energies other than them that are watching that might take action, and the reason why I say action because I have two male figures that came out when I was asking what was going to happen that keep, astral projecting. Around a bit. So I think it's top of clothes. Shit. Um, so, but there's something happening. Oh, because the lady, I think the lady, because again, one of the part of masculine, there's a masculine that they dealt with, and maybe somebody that women dealt with is healing from something. There's somewhere, there's somewhere, he covering it, okay? I think they could be scared. These people could be scared thinking that the masculine is probably going to just blow the people off of everything. It probably is. Because I do think two to three masculine that comes out that's going to happen. Something is going to happen. They, I don't know what they will do. I have chemical going to the reverse. The masculine will end up upright. Cup, surge, and something else. One that's the operation is you know, it's too, it's too bad. I don't care at this point. I do not. Making millions or whatever the fuck people are making off of our children, off of torturing disabled people, harvesting them, and taking advantage of them, and single parents, and sickos, whack jobs. Because motherfuckers want to live that high life and leave. Uh, I ain't never seen no shit. Now here's the funny part. Possibly this shit been going on. It isn't just because of the stage that I'm in now. I see it clearly. Because some names came out, old names that have to be coming up. That lets me know that, old, old trash. Saying that into sacrificing kids, into sacrificing you know, girls and virgins, just whatever was into that shit. Crazy. Like I said, people reason. It's funny what a human being, in order so they can sleep at night. How to feel. That's how I know I still got my heart beating back. That's how I know no matter how flawed I might be here, whatever the fuck, however the fuck long I got to go, at least I got my fucking heart intact. That's how I know. It's like, damn, bitch, like, okay, I want you to, but uh, ain't that deep. I want you, but I'm not going to be killing kids. I'm not going to. I'm going to be harvesting that they're fucking disabled people and they sleep. They're going to be mind controlling towards a disabled person. I don't like they bad. This shit will blow up. It's going to go bad on these folks. I'm saying for the record. Hold on. Is something wrong? Something wrong, something wrong, something wrong, something wrong, something wrong. Something wrong with the motherfucker you grew up with. Is something wrong, bitch? Something wrong. And too many of you out there in the universe do not want to swallow your cognitive dissonance and the spell on your ass. I almost feel like energetically just slapping everybody. I feel like line them up on the perspective. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Meaning that. Try to tap into that shit. So, because, yeah, karmic like just lining up perspective on talking, just line them up, energetic, line it up, go down the line like pow, 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 pow. Because like, wake the fuck up. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? So full of anger and rage and envy and jealousy and lust and all of this shit, all the predator and God complex and full of pretension, stupid, empty, shallow vessels, lacking empathy and compassion because they want an escalade to go with them. Fat ass. Do something legitimate. Soft like very well. My son doesn't make it clear out here to university, and those that are like him, because I got my people will fight. My class are not your fucking supply. They're not your property. They're not your talent. And they're not your energy source. The people who sold us, they're already being dealt with. They didn't have jurisdiction to do that. You're not your fucking come up. You're going to be your come down. For every come up that came up, oh, a violation. See, the world share with them about I was abused and am being abused as my son. And I don't care if that makes them comfortable because it's the fucking truth. Outside of that, I don't want folks to be abused. Like creatively, we've had to heal because toxic people do not give you an audience to deal with that. The moment you start talking too much goodness and truth, they're gonna gaslight you, make you, garble, shut down, control, fulfill all the classics of every toxic type in the universe. You have a right to be heard. Many of us has saved our own lives in part because of the fact that we refuse to stay quiet. But we do not bother people. The problem is people are sickos, and folks like us pose as a problem to expose their double lives. People got some kind of, I swear, when I started really blooming on, you know, because I've been a content creator for some time, and I was diligent and committed even when there was nothing. That's because that's where it was coming from. Heart, it's heart, baby, heart. And when I started, and then I swear, it seems like whenever I had started moving, I can remember back in 2020 or 2021 or something like that. And it seemed like I went to sleep. And then the next day, I was like, what the hell is this? Because I went to sleep and it was like 50 people. And then I woke up the next day and it was like 2,000 or something. I was like, oh, that can't be. You know, it was at that moment, from that moment forward, I had a little bit of it before that, but from that moment on, I'm good shit. From that moment on, that's when I got proof. I screenshotted and saved a whole lot of shit because I knew that one day I would be work. Minding my business, rando, just coming in there. They have no affirmation. They tell themselves good and speaking to me. They always like, yeah, I knew you was always trolling, bitch. Yes, I did, bitch. Yes, I did. And it's like all these people get activated to feel some kind of way. These past folks I went to church with. I don't know these people's fucking business, but it is fascinating. long as I was nothing or at least just not, just like whatever, it made them all feel comfortable and valid and, they could sit up and, have their little religious talk, whatever. Yeah, yeah, whatever happens a child. Child. So that's that being water. They can make, they can love as long as I think it's the role of that I could be some kind of a control, fear tactic, precautionary tale type shit to keep bitches and niggas scared. And so people can go valid about how they possibly treated me, or you see what I'm saying? I know how this shit works. So they can go valid about how they treated me, so that they can go valid about, what I'm saying, walking away and choosing another, whatever. And when I started coming on, even though I was still struggling, I still had other things, but I was, up, I was transforming, and I was okay. I was, like, it's like, oh my God. I got people putting whole sermons on my YouTube. I think I saved that one. I told y'all I was I knew it would be the whole sermon. Just random bitches. I don't even know I like it. It was on YouTube, and I was like, is it 4 pages? None of these people, and this is probably true for you as well when you see this video. None of these people get true flags off. They were just there and I thought was fucking dead. For some of them, it would have unfortunately made them happy in the sermon. They would have used it. Savior, all of a sudden, people, like I said, that entitlement, we've been talking about it, they ain't investing nothing in you. Ain't paying your bills, ain't taking care of you, ain't checking on you, and we supposed to give a fuck, 2 5 fucks about their thoughts or their opinions. All they can offer you is some dry ass, what I'm saying, for the motherfuckers that pretend to care. All they can offer is some dry ass, I'm a thank you, no thank you. But you're supposed to care. See it. How I started graduating. That's what accelerated. And at those times, I started accelerating past like, wait a minute, wait a minute, fuck, goddamn. Why care so much when people care so little? Just making it crystal clear that they don't care if you live or die. They want to give you a shit ton of opinions. I'm on my own anyway. Fuck your comments and your opinions. there. It has to. Many of us tap dance for years, only for shit to be so. Anywho, we're gonna, in this respect to the collective reading with this, whoever these two, the white, the black, whatever it is, we're not gonna engage do what our inner guidance is saying regarding that, continue with that, um, and a part of that is me, and I think that may be the extent of my role, or the extent, like bringing it out, because it's the secrecy, isolation that gives the I've said this is why we're not supposed to appease narcissists or abusers, because when you go that route, what you're doing is empowering them to continue the same shit. And you're also invalidating their victims because people already don't believe victims because of the fact that most of this shit is done covert and by proxy. So when people be out here trying to appease them and trying to take deals with them, okay, well, just, don't mess with them anymore. Mm, that's not you. They are not to be trusted in the army. And it gives them space to keep fucking disabled people around America. Energetically raping them and looking for ways to set them up or compromise their health so that they can bring a escape in. If these people got ancestors that are disgusted out, if their ancestors are evolved, I should say, if they have any consciousness and with Barbara with metal in their ancestry, I'm gonna do a real good job for you, man. Yeah, yeah, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. can tell you that there are situations where it's something else going on. It's a self-hatred, and that's why these people, they got them, it's a spell. I'm gonna say it this, I'm gonna call it, it's a spell. They fucked us good and played. I'm still pissed about that, and I gotta work on that one background. Feel some kind of way, okay? Feel some kind of way, and I feel some kind of way because the shit is still going on, but it's going on in a passive aggressive way, which pisses me off even more. And then, turning us against each other and stuff like that. All of that trauma, why we fucked, most of us is fucked in the head and don't know that. Why we think abuse is authority and leadership. Why we're okay with sacrificing our own because we've been doing it for a long time. There was people betraying their own in those times as well, for those of you who don't know. You had some badasses and shit of the era, that was some real motherfuckers. And then you had the trash. You had the weak minded ones that just wanted the easy, wanted that bowl of beans, sell their destiny for a bowl of beans. They want that bowl of beans. Yes, mouse up. I mean, I get a lesser ass whoopings. You can beat him. Take him. Take her. Anyway, let me get ready to get going. Something I've come to realize in terms of like my family or how some of this started. Like I mentioned before, deep state or karmic corrupt uh, governments will go to your family, and like I said, it's typically what they'll do is like if these families are in a pinch, they're in trouble, they'll make a deal. They will make a deal. And I believe that's a part of what was done in my case. That either my siblings, my nieces, that they asked because they got rap sheets. Okay, I don't know if they telling y'all that, but they do. Okay, they I believe that they.
Good job for the person saying cut it out to wait to jet. Good job for the person saying cut it out to jet the hard way as well.
Hold on. What do I do? Okay. Yeah, I believe that that's how some of it started. So they basically financed them to do the shit that they did. And it's time the world knows about this kind of stuff. It's time. It's enough of people suffering in silence, and you know what I'm saying, just sitting off.
if people gonna be tortured and terrorized, if we're gonna be that anyway, if we're gonna be invaded upon, violated, then we're gonna blow some shit out the water anyway, because it is what it is. And that's one way to look at it. Because I'm telling you right now, silence is not going to stop them from doing the shit they've been doing.